Hey, what's up with it? So, Happy New Year. You gotta excuse me, I'm trying to keep my shirt a specific way so I don't look like it's a tablecloth. And you can't see all the lumps and bumps I got. New Year's resolution, get stronger. I hurt my back, long story. But anyway, today we're gonna talk about IAC. I'm gonna continue it. The failure to investigate part is real, okay? There are a lot of things that defendants tell their attorneys, and their attorneys turn around and don't go check to see if it's true or not, because a lot of attorneys are automatically assuming that the client is lying, right? There are specific case laws to where it speaks about failure to investigate, where attorneys just flat out would not, and it automatically gave the person grounds on appeal. But one thing is, we're actually not trying to have to appeal. We don't want to go to prison and then get back like that and see all the gory things that we're going to see in there, and the stupidity, as well as some strengths. We want to get out effective immediately. So I can also advise you, if your peoples have the means, hire a private investigator on the side. I know one in particular, solid dude, ex-CHP. His name is Martin Whited. The guy is solid, and he does his job. But the thing is, when you hire a side PI, that PI will in turn work for you. See, what you fail to realize is people are like, oh, I got this good attorney and he has his PI. The PI actually works for the attorney. I found this out the hard way. So if your attorney does not tell your private investigator that comes to see you however often to go investigate anything, guess what? They're not. That's just the way things are set up. Like I said, I learned the hard way. I had to talk to some people and figure that stuff out, and come to find out PIs work for the person that hired them. Because even though you get the appointed counsel or the public defender, the PI works for the attorney. It does not work for you. You can tell that PI everything that's the truth and nothing but the truth, leads that will get you home at prelim. And the PI can go back and tell the attorney, and the attorney is just like, we'll figure it out later. So for the most part, failure to investigate. If you have one of those situations where your attorney did not investigate the case, the information that was given that could have assisted you in your freedom, then you have very strong action at ineffective assistance of counsel. An example, in my case, I had to turn around and have my federal attorney reach back to my private investigator and talk to her about leads that I had given her, and she went back to talk to the attorney that I had, and my trial attorney just shrugged it off and was like, let's not worry about that right now. Those were exact words too. Let's not worry about that. Yeah, so for the most part, I like people to pay extremely close attention to the investigation part. Also, the IAC is very important on the grounds of a defendant telling his or her attorney before trial that he or she does not want to testify on their behalf, and the attorney pressures you into testifying. They cannot do that. Those are grounds for ineffective assistance of counsel, because if you testify, you're putting yourself in harm's way against the prosecutor. Whether you're telling the truth or not, the prosecutor will try and piss you off on the stand and make you say some things that can be interpreted two different ways. The way language is nowadays, everything can be interpreted two different ways. And on the flip side of that, you can turn around and not want to testify, but your attorney is saying that it's better for you to testify on your behalf because of the way you present yourself or whatever. But in all actuality, you didn't want to get on the stand based on the nervousness or whatever reason you don't want to. But the attorney forces you to get on the stand because they basically failed to investigate the rest of the case. You see what I'm saying? Did you catch that? Fighting for yourself is extremely important. When I say have your peoples hire a private investigator, that it's a lot cheaper than an attorney. Having that private investigator that works for you, that comes to visit you on your own time when you come across an idea, and that PI is called, that PI will show up. If the PI does not work for you, works for the attorney, and the attorney is 100% garbage, the PI won't even come visit because he or she has to get permission from the attorney to come visit the defendant. So it's extremely important because your life is on the line. Why sit there and go to prison and then have one of those aha moments when we can get the aha victory and walk right the hell out of that jail? So you have to fight for yourself. You have to pay very close attention. I understand being incarcerated is hard work. Trust me, it's a mental stress. But we don't have any time to be emotional. We don't have any days, any hours to let pass to where we didn't fight for ourselves. We got caught up in the political aspect of being incarcerated and the games and all that. We don't have time for that. We have time to fight for our case, to get our discovery, go through it to every page for page, figure out where the loopholes are at, and then we make sure we squeeze through them. The best way to squeeze through them is if you don't have the money for an attorney, that's fine. Allow them to appoint counsel. But get that PI. If you're in the city of Sacramento, get Martin Whited. And you tell him Theo sent you. And first he's going to laugh and then he's going to get to work because he knows exactly what I'm about. So, again, fight for yourself. Make sure you pay attention to everything that's going on within your case. And let's get home. You know what I'm talking about? So, Happy New Year again. I'll see y'all next time. Be smooth.